Welcome to the Knockout Zone, where boxing is the language we speak. And today I want to focus on the moves that are so unique in the boxing ring. Unique in the sense that not so many boxers have applied those moves, but only a few have done so. And sometimes you might think that they are illegal, but they are totally legal in the ring.
The Knockout Zone.
Have you ever heard of the exhaust punch? It usually comes when the boxers are in a clinch. And sometimes the boxer's head will be here, right behind you. So all what you do is you throw the punch behind your back, just like this. Boom. And I am going to show you someone that does it effectively in the ring. And that will be Richard Dunn against the great Muhammad Ali.
All right. Get in there. You look like that and you're going to win.
Another important punch that is unique in the boxing ring. Only a few boxers have used this move, but when used effectively, it can disturb your opponent and make him concentrate on you throwing the jab. That is feigning the jab, acting like you're throwing the jab into the stomach, and come up with the right cross. Most boxers, whenever they see the jab coming, the first thing that they want to do is to defend themselves. So what happens here is when a boxer feigns the punch or the jab into your stomach and you drop your hands, you leave yourself vulnerable on your head. So what happens is you feign the jab into the stomach and all of a sudden you come up with the right cross that will knock out the opponent. And I am going to show you someone who did that effectively, and that is Thomas Hands while he was fighting against Roberto Duran.
Duran just fighting on instinct, though, Gil. He's just hanging a big right hand. That's it, Tim. Anytime you fall forward, the fight.
Look at the dominance. Oh, my goodness. Serrano landed 2 punches.
And there was a huge left hand drop.
Another move that is unique in boxing, and I consider this one as a gift from God because it's so difficult to do it, and you've got to have a certain body to be able to do it. That is why not so many boxers are capable of doing this, and that is ducking and dodging and disappearing. The only boxer that I've seen doing this is Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. All he does is he bobs, he weaves, he bobs, he weaves, and while you're trying to hit him, he's bobbing, he's weaving, and all of a sudden he comes under your punch and he disappears. So it's not an easy move for any boxer, but I believe that it's something that you're born with, and it's something that you develop as you train. It's like developing your own talent. So this move is unique in boxing, and it is totally legal. So only Pernell Whitaker I've seen doing that, just ducking, bobbing, and weaving, and all of a sudden he disappears. Another move that is not so much unique, but it depends on how you do it, is rolling with the punches. Rolling with the punches is similar to bobbing and weaving. But what you do is, while you're doing it, your head is kind of rolling. And you don't just roll for nothing. Meanwhile, you're doing it, you're rolling with the punches and they're missing. You're focusing on the spot that you are going to hit on your opponent. So meanwhile, he's concentrating on throwing punches at you. It gets to a point where he doesn't think that you can retaliate. So all what you do is you roll with his punches, you keep rolling with his punches, and all of a sudden, you throw a big punch, and you will catch him because at that time, his vulnerable is open. This is perfectly displayed in a fight between Mike Tyson and Reggie Gross.
An 18-foot ring inside the ropes. Reggie doesn't look to have an awful lot of power. Throwing a lot of punches, but not landing too much. That time he landed one and the left hook.
Another unique move in boxing is what we call sidestepping. That is giving your opponent angles. And I'm going to show you 3 fighters who do this in their unique way, but they all do it. It's not common in the boxing ring. And fighters who do this, they're dangerous because while you expect them to be in front of you, all of a sudden, they're on the side. And they're not only there doing nothing, they're throwing punches. And it's hard to defend yourself against those punches because they come from an angle that you do not expect. I'm going to show you Vasily Lomachenko. He is such a great fighter. And to me, the way he gives angles, he gives them even at the time when you least expect. So you will see how Lomachenko would be fighting, standing in front of you, and all of a sudden, he's on the side.
Body of Nakatani. Slow him down. Whoop. Nice shot right there. That left hand is open all night long.
Only able to get out of range and then come with the attack. There's the angle that we're so used to seeing. He often does it when he triples.
Another fighter who gives you angles while he fights, he may not be as good as Lomachenko, but he does give you angles at some point. And whenever he does this, he is very dangerous. And I'm talking here about Manny Pacquiao. Pac-Man Pacquiao will move around. Another important thing is that he carries a big punch. So when he gives you angles, if you're not careful, he's going to catch you with a big punch and he will knock you out.
Unbeaten. Low blow by Pacquiao. After he strafed De La Hoya with the right hand upstairs.
What is the feeling of a fighter when he's in there with somebody who's always beating him to the punch?
Another fighter who is perfect inside moving is the great Roy Jones. Roy Jones is so quick, it's like magic. And whenever he gives you angles, if you've ever seen The Domestic Kid, that's the speed of Roy Jones. That's how he's going to be throwing a number of punches at you while he is at a certain angle. And all of a sudden, he has moved to another angle.
Oh, the prior 5 or so, but good left hand there from Roy Jones. Jones still landing his pet punch, though, which is the left hook.
Yeah, see, he knew he wasn't going to land that punch. Boom, he got out, jackrabbit quick, and that's the amazing thing about Roy Jones. Look, threw a left hook, leaned back, didn't get hit with the sweeping right hand by Tony.
Closing seconds here of round 6. This will take us to the midway point in this bout.
Look at that, right behind him again.
Now I'm going to talk about jabbing and flying. Only one boxing icon I have seen doing this, and that is the great Sugar Ray Robinson. Sugar Ray Robinson was full package. He could do anything, and so many boxers have watched him and have emulated him. So Sugar Ray Robinson is the only boxer that I've seen jabbing like he's dancing. Another move that is perfectly legal in boxing, even though some critics may question it, is the exposing of your opponent's face by using the jab. And that is, you pretend like you're jabbing him, but you're not necessarily jabbing him or jabbing his face. All what you're doing is you're throwing the jab on his glove. In other words, you're trying to have, because he will be covering up. So all what you do is you use the jab to move his glove away from his face so that his face is exposed for your right hand. So all what you do here is you jab, and while jabbing, you're hitting the glove, not the face. You're not aiming at his face, but you're aiming at his glove. You're aiming at his glove, and the next thing you come up with the right, and you knock him out. So there you have it. These are the moves that I've considered very unique in boxing. Let me hear from you if I've missed any.